Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a good Sunday. It's Sunday today, and this is when I have time to film my sit down with me. So today what I want to talk about is taking life too seriously. Like, I don't think we should take life too seriously because life can be so simple. But for me, my opinion is, as human beings, and even me, which I've learned from my mistakes, I find out that we take life too seriously, and when we do that, then we overcomplicate things, because life can be so simple, honestly. I wish somebody told me this like 40 years ago when I was 20 years old, that Foluke, stop worrying about things that you don't have control over. Stop stressing about what people are saying about you or what they're going to say when you do this or when you do that. Just live your life. For me, as long as you are a good person, which is what I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be a good person. And as long as I'm not causing harm to my neighbor or to my fellow human being, I'm just going to live my life the way I want to live my life. And it's not that I'm not going to care what people are going to say, but at this stage in my life, it's not going to bother me, and that's what I want you guys to also learn from, because I know I have a range of age groups that watch me, and I want you to learn from my experience, and I want you to take this on board. Yes, no one said life is going to be easy. No, there is no manual out there that tells you how to live your life or what not to do or what to do. We're just winging it, really. Every single day when we wake up, it's like we're hoping for a good day, isn't it? And my own personal belief is, as long as there was a yesterday, there is a today, which is what we're in now, this present moment, and there will definitely be a tomorrow, with or without you. And why I say that is, we don't know when our last day is going to be on this earth. We could go to bed tonight and not wake up, you understand? But even if you're not here, tomorrow is still going to continue, because there are people that are still gonna be in this world after you've gone, and there are people that are being born into this world as we speak. So there's always gonna be a tomorrow, and when there's a tomorrow, there's hope, and that's what keeps me going. Hope, honestly, hope, and my faith, and my belief in God. And like I've said, if you've watched my previous sit down with me, I've said that reading the Bible really transformed my life, and it really helps me cope with life, because life can be brutal sometimes, but I put my hope and trust in God 100%, and I don't have control over it. It's not my plan, but it's God's plan. It's not my wish, but God's wish. But obviously, as a human being, I'm gonna have plans and strategy and wishes and all that. But God's timing is the best. God is not a God of like it's limited to this time frame. We are, obviously, because we are mortals, right? But God is a spirit, so as long as we can fine-tune our beliefs and our hopes and our trust in God, then everything will work together for good. And I know there's a scripture in the Bible that says that all things work together for good for those who trust and believe in God. So you just have to put your trust in God. Never, never, never in your life put a trust in human beings. And I'm not saying this from a place of not trusting people, because I remember one day I was talking to somebody, and we were just talking, and I told her, I said, I don't trust anyone, I only trust God. And I think she took offense to it, but I just don't, because human beings change. We're subject to change, isn't it? We change every single minute, every single day. So I don't put my trust in human beings, I put my trust in God. God will never fail you, never. As long as you put your trust in Him, He will never fail you. So yes, don't trust any human being. Yeah, don't feel offended if somebody tells you that, because that person is talking from a place of wisdom, because they know what they're talking about. Because human beings, we all have our stuff that we're dealing with. We're trying to just manage through life, just cope through life. So they might promise you something today, and then tomorrow they change their mind. They didn't change their mind because they've forgotten about you, or because they don't like you anymore, or because they don't wish to fulfill that promise. But life happens. Things come up. So you shouldn't take it personal. I know as human beings it's so hard. And even me, I'm trying to, not take things personal when people, let me down, but it's not their fault. They are human beings, they are mortal, they're not God. So the moral of this sit down with me is, don't take life too seriously. Life can be so simple. We as human beings, we overcomplicate things in our lives. And then this is where things like depression, loneliness, self-hate, you don't, feel like you're worthy, That's where these things come into place, because we begin to doubt ourselves, and then we begin to compare ourselves to the other person, but you don't know what that person has been through. Maybe this is their time. Everybody has their own time to shine. Every single person. It is if you recognize that time and if you take advantage of that opportunity. They say opportunity comes but once. It's so true. When you lose that chance, that's it. It might take you another 10, 15 years to be able to get that chance again. You understand? So that's why you have to be very, very sensitive to the spirit, sensitive to your inner self, to your inner being. Because as human beings, we're made up of three. There's our body, there's our soul, and there's our spirit. And the spirit is what talks to you from the inside. That's very tiny voice that is trying to get your attention, but because you are so busy, you're rushing over things, you're chasing liberty, you need to have time whereby you just relax and you just sit down and you just close your eyes and you just reflect. Or you can just sit calm, you can meditate, you can just close your eyes and just sit for 10 minutes. And within that 10 minutes, so many things will come to your mind, right? Yes, it's good, because then you have time to dissect things. And it's especially good when you're trying to make a major decision in your life, something that's very important, and you are battling, maybe say yeah, maybe say no, should I go this way, should I go that way? Just give yourself some quiet time, some me time. Everybody needs me time. Be you being a mother, a father, a parent, even a child, you need your me time. You need time to gather your thoughts and to reflect on how things are going and how your day has been, and what you plan to do for the next couple of days. Me time is very important. Don't overcomplicate things in your life. Just let it be. Just let it flow. If anything is too hard for you to accomplish, then that means it's not meant for you. You need to move on. Move on to the next thing. Or maybe just let it be for now. Maybe it's not the right time. And that's why I'm talking about opportunity. When your opportunity comes, you would know, because things will just fall into place and it will be so easy for you, and you'll be wondering like, oh my God, why was I stressing over this? Why was I making this thing so hard? Why was I overcomplicating this thing? Because God has a hand in it, because it was your time. So my dear friends from around the world, the message I want to give you today is, do not overcomplicate your life, and do not overcomplicate things. If something is meant for you, it's going to come very, very easy. And also, always listen to your inner being, to your spirit. Always listen to it, because it speaks, and God is a spirit, and God deals with us in the spirit. So if you want to hear from God, you have to be able to slow down and wait for God to speak, and He will speak to you. Never be in a hurry. Never make a decision that is life-changing in a hurry. You need to sleep over it. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching this sit down with me, and I hope that we can talk soon. Y'all take care. Bye. Tootsloo.